Being a successful YouTuber is more than just creating videos and hitting publish here on the platform. There is a lot of different things that you need to do on the back end that you don't necessarily see from these giant creators out there. So in this video, what I'm going to go through is 14 different things that I think you should start thinking about and start incorporating into your process. Now, because of everything that's going on in the world, and here in the US, it's winter. A lot of the states are starting to shut down. I'm in California, and most of California is getting shut down right now. So this is a great time to take a step back and start thinking through things like your brand, how you want to craft your videos, and also figuring out all the processes so that when you make videos, it's a lot easier. Because as creators, we get wrapped up in this process of just making videos and moving forward, trying to get more subscribers, views, all of that. But in reality, if we put some time into creating templates, put some time into thinking through workflow, all this work that we put in the front end is going to help massively, especially as the world starts opening up and we want to start making videos again and meeting up with people and traveling and doing this and that. Well, and if everything's set up properly, that's when you're going to start building some momentum and you can really make your channel take off. So we're just going to start right at the beginning, and that is setting up your channel properly. So when you start creating here on the platform, a lot of times creators will just start their YouTube channel and post videos. But there's a lot of different little elements on your channel that if you haven't gone through and set up each one of these little things, then they're still going to be blank and it might hurt your channel. For example, things like your header or your icon photo, those are obvious, but your links in the upper right-hand corner or your bio. And then there's also just a bunch of advanced features that you can set up, like comments. Do you want people to have links in your comment section? Are there specific words that you want to block? You can go through and set all this up in your backend. Little things that do make an impact, especially with your community down in the comments. So I'll include a video down in the description that goes through a process of how to set up your channel properly. And even if you have thousands of subscribers, this would be a good video to watch just to make sure that you have all these little things set up, because as your channel grows, there's different things that's gonna help you. Now, number 2 is template your videos. And this goes twofold. So one is make sure that your templates here on YouTube are set up. So every time you hit upload, you can have a templated description set up so that you only have to include a few little things and then you can publish your videos. So you're not rewriting every description. For my channel, I have a lot of different links that I put in all of my videos. I have some of the tools that I use to grow my channel, some of the products that I use, and I make sure that all of these links are the same across all of my videos, because down the road, if I ever want to change these out, I can use my TubeBuddy extension and just grab a specific link and change it for all my videos and not have to go video by video. So I make sure that there is a section that is going to be unique to each video. That's at the top. That's what you see right here. And then underneath that is my templated section of links and information. And that goes from video to video. And I set that up so that every time I hit upload, it auto-populates. Now you also want to think through your templates on how you create videos and how you edit videos. So when I open Final Cut, I have a template ready to go with all of the branding elements that make up my videos so that I'm not remaking graphics, I'm not remaking text, it's all just ready to go, and I just drag and drop, type whatever I need to. It speeds up the entire workflow. So think through what aspects of your video creation process can you template and build those templates out so that when it comes time to say edit, you just start editing and just drag and drop things in. Or when it comes time to shoot, you know exactly a format or a style in which you're gonna do it. You have your room set up, like I just have this room set up to shoot videos so I can hit record and go, and I don't have to like set things up all the time. The more templates that you build, the less that you're gonna have to set up video to video to video. Now, number 3 is think through your overall brand. You should come up with your own brand guidelines. This is the colors that you use, the fonts that you use, the way that you talk about your channel, the stuff you wear, and then more importantly, your imagery. So how do you want to share your brand with the world? Because if you have like a very dark and muted color across most of your images, and all of a sudden you put some bright pink and purple image out there, does that fit your brand? So if you think through like what does your brand look like, It's going to help define and help create this kind of sense of who you are so that all of your thumbnails start to match, all of your photos that you put out there start to match the way that you create your content and your fonts and your colors, so that when someone watches one of your videos now and then watches a video a year from now or a year ago, all the videos tie together. If you think through any major brand, they have a set of brand guidelines that helps define how the public sees that brand. So start thinking through your brand guidelines. Next is setting up all your links as trackable links. Now, I think that this is important because as you get more people clicking links in your description, you want to see what people are clicking. So I use Genius Link to track all of my links. And the reason for this is if someone clicks on, say, a camera, a specific camera in my description, I want to see how many times that link is clicked. And that's going to help define what I'm going to do in the future. So if, say, Sony cameras are getting clicked more than Panasonic cameras, well, then I might start making more videos about Sony cameras because people are more interested in Sony. You can use this information to help make decisions on the content that you're creating. So if you're making videos and nobody's clicking the links and nobody really cares, well, that's an indication that maybe you should rethink those videos and those products or those services that you're talking about. Maybe that doesn't resonate with your audience. So having trackable links is super important. Genius Link, it's not that expensive. It's like a few dollars for every 1,000 clicks. So I would highly suggest checking that out. And then also when you're using something like Genius Link, you can go through and switch links in the back end of Genius Link rather than having to go through video by video. So for example, if I wanted to switch out one of my affiliate links, like say I have an affiliate link to a drone, and I have it going to this one website, but then that one website stops selling it or it's out of stock or for some other reason I want to switch it to another website. Well, instead of having to go to each video and switch that link out, I can just go to Genius Link, go in the back end and switch the link there. And then that Genius Link is automatically updated. Makes it super easy and it's a huge time saver when it comes to your links down in your description. Now, also with your links, we would need to talk about affiliate links. So you want to make sure that you have all of your affiliate links set up properly, and you want to go through and figure out which affiliates are going to earn you the most amount of money, because as a YouTuber, you want to maximize your potential to earn money off of those affiliate links. Now, this is also where tracking links come into play, because if you're promoting a product and you're making more money off of affiliate A versus affiliate B, wouldn't you want to know that affiliate A makes more money? Because then you would switch all your links to affiliate A because you'll be making more money if you're able to understand that and you have your links focused on affiliate A. And now I'll include a playlist down below in the description that has a bunch of videos around affiliate marketing and some of my suggestions when it comes to building out your affiliate side of your YouTube channel. Now you want to make sure that your company is set up as a business. Now this is just super important for all creators out there. As soon as you're bringing money into your channel, you want to think about setting your channel up as a business entity. So I highly suggest digging into business entities, look at LLCs versus S-Corps, and if you have an accountant or a CPA, I highly suggest you chat with them about this because you want to make sure that your business is set up properly so that you don't get overtaxed on the money that you're making from your channel. Now, with setting up a business properly, you also want to make sure you have your bank accounts set up properly. Now, whether you're going to run your company as a business or an individual, you just want to make sure that you have your bank accounts set up properly and that if you're going to use credit cards, you have everything organized properly. So for my business, I have my bank account, I have a PayPal account, and I have a credit card that are all independent of my personal accounts. And the reason for this is it makes it really easy to track my income and my expenses, which my next point is you want to be able to track your income and your expenses, and you want to set this system up properly. So the app that I use is Banktivity, and that allows me to see my entire business as an overview. I can see how much I'm spending per video, how much I'm spending just on the business, and how much I'm making off of my channel. This is important information, not only for taxes when that comes around, but also you want to see, okay, am I putting too much money out there to make these videos? Or can I spend a little bit more and get that camera or get that microphone or that lighting setup Being able to track where your money is coming and going is super helpful, and this is something I suggest you do at least every month. My wife does Finance Fridays for our business, but for my YouTube channel, I do it every month. And the reason is I want to see where all of my income is coming in for on that month and look for those opportunities to make more money. So if I'm seeing that certain affiliate links are starting to make more money, well, maybe I should make more videos about those products. And because I have everything tracked down to the individual affiliate, I can see month over month how something is making money. And then from there, I can dig into what did I do that month to make those different sources of revenue go up, and what can I do moving forward to be able to make that continue to go up? Because you want to be able to see the entire overall picture of your money so that you can make smart decisions moving forward. Gear is super important, so this would be a good opportunity to take a step back and look at all the pieces of gear that you're using. Is there anything that's going to help you along the way? I know for me, I switched over to Sony recently, and coming from Panasonic, this has been a huge upgrade because now I have autofocus. Before, I didn't have autofocus that was reliable, and I didn't realize how much of a change this was going to be, but this actually makes creating videos much easier. So think through all of your pieces of gear and find weak points. And because you're tracking your money, you'll be able to find, all right, I have this much money I can spend on getting this new piece of gear. Now, something that you can do so that you're not just spending money is if you're going to replace gear, go sell it on a website like Gear Focus. That's what I used to sell all my gear, and I end up making a little bit of money off of all my used gear. I used to use eBay, but the fees are actually more on eBay, so now I use Gear Focus. Just depends on, what makes sense for you, but the cool thing about filmmaking gear in general is a lot of it is sellable after you've used it. So even though you're buying an expensive camera, just know that down the road, you'll be able to get a little bit of that money back and put that towards the next piece of gear that you buy. Now with your gear, this is a great time to learn your gear. So go on YouTube and watch tutorials around how to use your gear. So if you just got a camera, or if you've just been kind of using the camera and just hitting record, but not really understanding all the functionality within the camera, now's a good time to take a step back and learn all of the different elements that go into creating videos. Learn about audio, learn about lighting, learn about your camera. Really dive into all of these elements because that's going to help you create videos faster in the future and also just make them look better. Now with this, you're also going to want to learn your editing software. Now I've done a few workflow videos on editing here on the channel. I just did one about multicamming, and this is one thing that I've done that's really sped up my workflow. But beyond multicamming, there's so much to learn in your editing software. And I highly suggest stop making videos for a week or so and just learn as much as you can about your software. Learn all of your keyboard shortcuts. This is one thing that's really sped up my editing workflow is I understand what all of these letters do in Final Cut now. And I've set certain ones up to do specific tasks so that I can edit with my keys and not be using my mouse as much. And you'll find that when you're able to do this kind of keystroke workflow, you'll fly through your edits. And it's super important to be able to make sure that your editing workflow is fast so that you're not spending, an hour shooting a video and then taking 3 days to edit that video. Now let's talk a little bit more about things to do on your YouTube channel right now. One of them is work on your community. So how are your fans going to connect with you? Are you going to respond to every comment? Are you going to have a Discord group set up, a Facebook group set up? What is your level of engagement going to be with your community? Now, I highly suggest you check out the book Superfans by Pat Flynn. He gives some really solid advice, and he just gives some different things to think about when it comes to building out your community. So thinking through how you're going to interact and setting up boundaries is super important. And you'll find that as you set up these rules and you figure out these different ways to engage, you'll be able to create more of a connected community around your videos. And also with YouTube, you're going to want to set up a schedule because it's going to help you not get burned out. If you're just producing videos, editing, hitting upload, producing videos, editing, hitting upload, eventually you're just going to be running in this hamster wheel and you're never going to have time to take a step back. So if you can dedicate yourself to 1 video a week or 2 videos a week or 3 videos a week, that's a lot of videos. What I've found for the content that I'm creating, it's 1 to 2 videos a week. And there are some weeks where, yeah, I do produce more videos than that. However, because I have a schedule, I know that I'm going to use this video in a week or 2 weeks from now. And it actually helps make things a lot smoother with my channel, and I'm able to take breaks so I don't burn out. So if I make 3 videos this week and I release 2 this week and then 1 the following week, well, that's set me up for a chunk of time where I don't have to be producing videos all the time. So setting up a schedule is important. And also you just got to remember you can break from your schedule. So if you have a few weeks where you're busy, life gets in the way, don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world if you don't release a video every day on the schedule that you set. So take care of yourself and give yourself that permission to take breaks when you need it. Now, the last thing you want to do is make sure your workflow is completely thought out. Now, this comes down to productivity, and it really comes down to what are the systems that you can put in place now so that in the future, you're not like trying to go to all these different apps and try to keep lists here and lists there, and things get bogged down. I used to use the app Things. I switched over to Todoist. Now I actually switched over to Notion because Notion allows me to take my Google Docs, my Notepad, all of my lists, my Todoist, everything, and put it all into one. So I've basically created a database and different pages on my Notion that completely outlines my entire YouTube business so that I have everything in one place, and everything in Notion is templated. So every time I make a new video, I have a template built out that has all of my checklists so I never miss anything when it comes to an upload. This whole workflow took days to set up, and it took me a while to learn Notion because it's not super intuitive. But now that it's all set up and now that I understand how Notion works, this is like life-changing. Like, I'm able to put everything in Notion, all of my to-do tasks, all of my elements that come into my YouTube videos, all of my checklists, my workflows, they're all in one place. So I only have to use one app to do everything, and it just becomes a time saver. So I'm not clicking between different apps. I'm not having things on a notepad over here, on post-it notes over there. Like, I might do some different things like that when I'm crafting out a specific video, but then all of that gets transferred into this one area so that I'm set up to be able to just keep moving forward rather than trying to find things. And then also, as I start working with more team members, I'm going to be able to integrate them all into my Notion easily and be able to send people specific videos. So if I have an editor, I can send them a video. It's going to have the script in it. It's going to have the outline. It's going to have all the different elements that I want added to it. So it's all in one place. It just makes life so much easier. So I highly suggest think through your workflow and what tools you're using to make yourself more productive. And I highly suggest checking out Notion. I'm going to do some more videos in the future about it. As I build out my workflow and I figured out things that work really well for me as a creator, I'm going to share some of those with you guys because I know that it's made such an impact in my workflow, and it could definitely help with make an impact in your workflow. So guys, I'd love to hear from you. Do you want to see some videos on productivity or anything else that I've gone over in this video? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you're not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss one of these uploads. And guys, that is it. Next, I highly suggest you check out this playlist right here. It goes through all of my different videos on how to make money on your YouTube channel and all the different strategies that I use. All right, guys, I will see you over there.